So who wants the full release of Thrill of the Fight 2?
Yes, we need to see that.
In just 1 year, Early Access has had 1 million players. 1 million! Think of the matches, the jabs, the knockouts. But...
And obey what I say at all times. Let's make this a clean fight.
Thrill of the Fight. For those who don't know, Thrill of the Fight is a VR boxing game that came out in 2016. And back then, the only other VR boxing game out was Creed, pretty much. And that game, to me, honestly, was a disappointment. Now, back when this game came out, I didn't even have the Quest 1. All I had was the Quest Go, and if y'all know about that, you can't play no games on that. But then, 2 Christmases ago, I got the MetaQuest 3. And there were so many games I was overwhelmed. But there was one game that caught my attention. Thrill of the Fight. Now, I played Creed before on my cousin's MetaQuest 2, and I was always confused on why after a while my guy would stop doing damage to the other dude. Then I realized that there was a stamina system in the game. Now, I expected the same thing in Thrill of the Fight, but gladly, they didn't do that. Unlike Creed, you would actually have to move around with your own body and actually box based off of your own stamina. And that's when I realized how trash my stamina really was. This game was a real workout. Like, I was literally drenched in sweat when I was playing the campaign. And I loved it. I never thought a VR game could replicate the real thing that it was imitating so well. Thrill of the Fight felt like you were really boxing. You had to actually use actual footwork. You had to actually punch with all your might. And best of all, you actually got a super good workout in, like I said before. Now, it wasn't as flashy as Creed with all the flashiness and stuff, but the mechanics were way better in my opinion. To me, Thrill of the Fight was the greatest VR boxing game to ever touch the face of the earth, and I will always stand on that. And unlike Creed, it was only $10. When I finally beat the campaign, I was so excited to see what they would do with the sequel. And now that time is finally here. Well, tomorrow, but you get what I mean. Thrill of the Fight 2 is going to be fully released tomorrow, and I cannot wait to see what they did with it. I trust that they made an amazing game that will be in the history books for generations to come. But first, let's talk about what the beta did right. Now, the first new thing the beta did that was way different from the first game was that in the first game, there was no online. Now, that was always my dream for there to be online for Thrill of the Fight 2. Since Creed, that's the one thing that almost made me get Creed, is because you could fight other players online. But then, Thrill of the Fight 2 beta did the impossible, and they brought online to boxing. Now, the NPCs in the first game were good, but once you realize their patterns, they're pretty easy to beat. But online, if you're fighting another real person, you never know what they're gonna do. And that's what made Thrill of the Fight 2 beta last for so long and be so great. Now, there were issues at first with spammers. Of course, if you're online, somebody's going to spam. That's impossible to get rid of. But they immediately got on it and they started fixing the system every single week at one point. Like, it was crazy. You could really tell that they loved this game, that they were trying to make it the best it could be. The combat system from when it was first released to now is way better than it was, because back then, like I said, people would be spamming, hook spamming. That's all you would see. But now you actually have to box. Like, they added so that they would calculate what your legs are actually doing. I don't know how they did that. Don't ask me. I'm not a game developer, but they did that so that now the power in your punch, you can't just like throw your hands around, like flail them around. You actually have to box, and that's just an amazing addition. Also, in the first game, I'm not sure if this was an option or not, but as far as I know, there was no option. You could not play the game if you didn't have a space to move around in. Now, I didn't really have a big play space to move around in, so I would just be hitting walls all the time and almost breaking my knuckles. But hey, it was cool because the game was fun. But they actually added in the beta of 2 that you could actually just use your stick to move around. Now, do I like that? Me personally, no. I'm trying to get that full workout in, you feel me? I'm trying to feel like a real boxer, trying to feel like Mike Tyson. But it's there for you guys who don't have a big space to fight in, and that's amazing to me. They also made the hub world way better. Like, I noticed the difference immediately when I got into the game. Like, everything, the graphics, everything just looked way better than the first game. And that's understandable because the first game was like a smaller game, I'm assuming. Like, and it probably didn't have the big money for that. But now they putting that money into that game. Trust, that game looks beautiful. They also added new maps for you to box in. You can see all types of people in the stage. It's not just, you know, black and a few people like there was in the last game. There's all types of maps now. I mean, not crazy amounts, but there's more maps than there was in the first game. So that's also a great addition. And the online itself in this game is amazing. Like, I have never ever felt a delay in my punches unless the other guy's internet was bad. My internet was never bad because I got good internet. But yeah, if the other guy's internet is bad, obviously you're gonna have a laggy fight. But I really didn't encounter that more than like twice in my whole time of playing the game. And I've been playing it like since it was first announced, since it was first released. Like, since the beta was released, I've been playing. I've been on it. And yeah, I've been experienced not a single time where both of our internet was good and we're just lagging for no reason. Like, if you're fighting a dude with decent internet, you're gonna be good. Every punch is gonna feel like exactly what you're doing. Another thing that I like that they added is a clinch system. Now, the clinch system works that if you try to walk through a player, that you're gonna be automatically put into like a thing where neither you can punch each other, you gotta step back away from each other and then face each other forward, kind of. I'll just show you. But yeah, I really think this was needed because obviously there's gonna be cheesy players out there who are just gonna try and walk through you and do all types of weird stuff. But yeah, this is a great addition. But let me stop yapping about what we already know and let's get into what I want in the full release. Now, the first thing I could think of to be in the full release would be to add a voice chat system that another fighting game like Thrill the Fight Underdogs has that I really like. Just imagine being able to trash talk a dude while you beating the bricks off him. That would be crazy right there. They might not do it, and I can understand why, because people might be saying crazy stuff, but it would be a great addition if they put it in the game. It would be so fun. But moving off of multiplayer stuff, I think they should add another single player mode, which they already confirmed that they were gonna do in one of the trailers. So yeah, we already know it's gonna be in the game. Now, my hopes for it is that, like Thrill the Fight 1, you beat all the levels, you get hard mode, and you get normal, then hard. Then after that, you get custom mode, and you can make it as like crazy hard and all types of stuff. Because I remember I would put every single one on the max settings it could be on. That workout was crazy. Had me tweaking like a real boxer in it. It would also be pretty fun if they added like in Creed. I like in Creed, I'm pretty sure that you like have little training expositions in the middle of like before your matches and stuff. It would be cool if Thrill the Fight 2 implemented that. I would understand why they wouldn't, but it would be cool if it was there. I know it's kind of pointless. Like, it doesn't really contribute. It contributes to the immersion, but it's not necessary. But it would be great if it was there. I just would love to see it there. Another thing that would be great to add is different game modes for online, because right now, since it's only in beta, there's ranked and there's casual. Now, if they add new modes, that could take this game to a whole nother level. Like if they add a tournament-like mode where you go into a room with a whole bunch of people and then y'all all have a bracket-style tournament, that would be fire right there. Hey, I'm just giving out ideas. Also, a knockout only mode, that would be fire. Like, the match doesn't end until one of you are knocked out. That would low-key be fire. I know it would be long and people would complain about it, but just make it a separate mode and don't make it ranked or none of that. Just make it a fun little mode to have. That would be great. Also, it would be great if they had a little hub world where other people could just like walk around, be there, you feel me? Then you could walk up to a ring or something like that and watch somebody else fight. Or think of it like the untitled boxing game where there's a bunch of rings around and then you could walk up to the ring, you could fight people like that, or you could watch somebody else fight. That would be fire right there. Hey, that would be fire. But yeah, this video is going on way longer than I thought it would. If y'all enjoyed it, and if y'all even made it this far, hey, I appreciate you, bro. You, I appreciate you, bro. You're the GOAT, bro. You are the GOAT. Or girl, I don't know. But yeah, that's just it for this video. That's my thoughts on what should be in Thrill the Fight 2 for release. If y'all want to see me play it, hey, comment down below. But I'm gonna be playing it anyway, so look out for that. And like, subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. And I'll see y'all in the next video. It's on to